Let's go to Larry Jarman. Larry, what has the Lord done for you? Larry, can you hear us? If you would unmute. All right.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. We can now.
Okay, let me see. I'm trying to make this short. So during the fast, I was contending for my father. And they told me that my father would, he coded code blue seven times. He died. And they had to bring him back 7 times. And, me and my father, we never really had a relationship growing up. And, lately his health, has been like it's been. And I was telling God, I said, God, he can't leave like this. I have to reconcile with my father. I have to at least show him, the love that God has shown me, and I had to make it right, with him. Before he had those health issues, he tried to be in my life. And, just because he wasn't there, early on in my life, I kind of, just resented him, just wasn't trying to be around him. But when this happened to him, I said, if he was to go, I can't leave it like this. So I began to contend for my father. And I said, the doctors was trying to talk to my aunt and say, maybe we should just, pull the plug. And they was like, maybe I should consider pulling the plug. He was bleeding out of his colon. And every time they went in and tried to do the procedure, he would code again. And they was saying, he's not going to make it. Like either he'll do hospice or just, consider pulling the plug. And I said, it's not the God that I serve. I don't live like that. I'm a man of faith. I'm going to have faith. And they gave him a blood transfusion, and, to try to go back in to see, he coded again while we was at the hospital. And, we was able to, they was able to revive him. We went home the next day. They called us like 2 days later and said, hey, come up here, say your goodbyes to your father. So we went to the hospital, and we was in the room with my father. We was in the room. All the family members was crying, saying their goodbyes to him. He was sitting there. It was like a lifeless corpse. And I was, thinking of everything that, we did, the memories we didn't get to make. And I was trying to cry, but I just couldn't cry. I just kept hearing the word faith, have faith. And I whispered to my father in his ear. He wasn't responding. The only thing that was keeping him alive was that breathing machine. And I said, I don't care what we had going on. I love you. And I don't hold no grudges with you. I pray that you forgive me and I forgive you. And I saw a tear come out his eye. He's still not responding. And everybody's saying goodbye to him, goodbye to him. They crying, they weeping, the whole room. And I just felt like Jesus when he called Lazarus forth. I was like, open your eyes. I just said it. I said, open your eyes, Daddy. He not responding. They said he wasn't going to make it. My daddy took a deep breath and opened his eyes and started talking like nothing happened. 2 days later, the bleeding stopped. He was able to do the procedure, and he's alive and living today.
Praise Jesus.
Jesus, my God.
Praise Jesus.
Powerful testimony. Wow, look at God. Well, we are thankful for your faith that is able to raise the dead and restore and see healing in your Father. My God, thank you for sharing that testimony, and thank you for being used of the Lord in that situation. I pray that it brings about tremendous healing, restoration in your family, wholeness between the relationship with you and your Father, and that it serves as a testimony that will bring salvation to others in your family as well. Thank you for sharing that, Larry.
Dr. Stacy, I believe that there's others on here who have been standing for family members and husbands, wives, children, aunts, uncles, or mothers and fathers.
Jesus.
And this testimony has just now given them the seed of faith.
Yes.
And it's not a mustard-sized seed. I see it almost like, I don't know if you all are familiar with this plant, but if you are seed size, but if you have ever seen a mango seed, it's a large seed. And I believe faith now is really expanded, and this is a large seed for you. I don't know if you're here on Zoom or if this is someone that's on YouTube, but I believe that there is someone, or actually more than one, that you are believing for a family member. You've received a critical report. You've received it's time to come in and say your goodbyes. But the Lord is saying no, that this is not going to be the end, that this will not be the final, that He's going to astound the doctor. He is going to astound all of the technicians, all of the anesthesiologists, the nurses, and all of the other care team members. And this is you. If you happen to be on Zoom, please raise your hand as well. Don't take these down, though, for right now, if you would. I just want to add these so that we can pray with you all, because I do believe that the Lord wants to do a miracle. There is a miracle that is in your life.